everyone, Prime here, and welcome to the first official episode of American Truck Simulator. So we are playing on the 1.37 beta test, and today we will be taking a cable reel to Elko from here in Ogden. So we are also driving a Kenworth T680. Just had to make sure I get that model number right because there's so many. And my word, guys in the backgrounds with the hammers, just lay it off for a moment, would you? I mean, gee, take a break. Anyways, so this is going to be our first official delivery. I have done a few other runs in this truck, or in this profile, just to get through the initial stuff, create sound settings, and get it ready for the first longer run. So, I think this is good. So let's hop in the truck to try and muffle out some of those hammer sounds. And let's start it up. Oh, it just shut off again. Try this again. Okay, get the outside lights on here. That looks pretty good. Let's rev it up a little bit. We'll just put down the window a little bit. There you go. This by far is the best sounding truck in the beta so far, in my opinion. It's I think it's the most complete out of all of them. And so it's going to be interesting because, as you could tell from the outside, we're doing an oversized heavy haul here. It is a, well, let's check here. A 66,000 pound cable reel. Yeah. You want a challenge to see me? you want the first episode to be interesting? You better believe it. So we're gonna make a right turn out of here. We'll have to be sure to swing out real wide. Real wide. Talking as well. That's another fun one for me. Anyways, so off we go. So like I said, we are heading to Elko with this. Not a huge journey here from Ogden, but long enough considering we've got a pretty heavy load on, and we most likely won't be running, or we won't be accelerating too fast. Now, saying so, this truck is configured quite highly. It has an 18 speed, and as far as I could tell from the little information screen, a 600 horsepower engine in it. So it is no slouch. We are doing, of course, this is a quick job, as we are just starting off the career here. I think there'll be one or maybe two more episodes of the quick, where we take quick runs, and then we will start our enterprise, as we just have to build up a little bit of cash so I don't have to take such a massive loan out. I mean, it doesn't really matter in the long-term things, but just to be realistic with it, no one really wants a lot of debt, so I'm gonna say the same thing. We're gonna make a left turn here, head into the center lane here. As far as I know, this is what you're supposed to do in these lanes. Now, I do have my license, but saying that, I am Canadian. So when it comes to that sort of situation there with those, as I make sure I turn the corner here, when I have those yellow lines, oh, I can't, probably can't even. Whoa! Hold on here. What the hey? You good, man? I'm just gonna take a moment here to kind of, manhole cover is spewing with water, and I am probably in the worst position ever. But let's also just take a moment to look at this truck, huh? With the flags and everything. Oh, and let's see how the horn is. Oh yeah, F-mod sounds amazing. Anyways. Oh, there's Jeff. How you doing, Jeff? Yeah, classic Jeff waving us around. If you don't know, that's a joke in the community of American Truck Simulator, or at least what I've heard, that the guys that you'll see sometimes at the we'll see if I can get going here. At like at some of the drop off points, there'll be a guy just waving at you. As far as I know, a lot of people call him Jeff. I think that was actually something that um, a YouTuber Squirrel started, I think, and I think some people picked up on it. Now I could be completely wrong, but I think that's where I heard him from actually. And so that is a massive stream here. But we've got the green, so we are gonna head out here. We are gonna start our journey to Elko. So, if you can't tell, this is in 720p. I do not have the greatest computer to run these kind of games on. I love simulation games, and that is where my hobby lies when it comes to gaming, but my word, do they take some graphical power, and to say that, I just don't have that. My computer runs using integrated graphics, and it really only uses about a gig of my. It only has a gig of dedicated RAM, and it really doesn't like to use a lot of my other RAM for whatever reason. Although I have 16 gigs of it, I did an upgrade on that, thinking, and according to readings, it said it would help, and it won't really take much more than the shared. Well, it won't take much more of the shared data, even though it says it could take like up to like 6 or 8. It just won't do it. So that's kind of disappointing. But nevertheless, I have to get any form of frame rates, which is really only around 24 to 30, and really about 30 frames. I have to be in the right hand lane here. I basically just have to have it in 720p, which I mean still looks okay. I mean, nothing glorious, but so you have to start somewhere. Oh, I'm taking this a little fast, I think. Yes, very much so. You have to start somewhere, and for me, I can't. I'm unfortunately not walking into this whole YouTube game with anything fabulous. The hope eventually is to have a computer that is better at running stuff, is the best way to put it. That is my hope. I love that, but there's just no way I can justify spending the money on it. Because I mean, I don't have a lot of extra income here to spend on a computer, so that is why I am just working with what I got. And I guess I should be in the far right lane here. I thought that wasn't gonna continue, but it is. Needless to say, this is why I'm kind of just starting off as in YouTube with not a lot. It's just one of those things that I have to work around, and I know the simulation community is very, very nice, and now it's maybe not the easiest thing for me. Oh, come on, car. Oh, dumb AI thing. Come on. I just at some point I'd like to have a better computer, but like I said, I need to grow the channel. So speaking of that, if I don't like having to plug, but if makes me laugh every time because the stereotypical YouTuber plug life. If you enjoy these videos or just want to help grow the channel, help me reach a goal of at least being able to bring you videos with kind of the quote-unquote standard of today, please subscribe and just like my videos, recommend it to other people, share it. Doesn't really, just, it's one of those things that it's very hard to kind of start off in YouTube, especially not with a lot, and especially in 2020. Sure, 6 years ago, my specs probably were 5, 6, even 8 or 7 years ago, my specs would have been perfectly fine. Would have been kind of almost top of the chain here. Now it's basically bare bones, and that's like the lowest thing you can get, which is kind of unfortunate for me, but Hey ho, I'll make it work. Needless to say, if you enjoy what you watch, just it's much appreciated if you help support the channel. It's it's my goal to try and make people happy and just enjoy myself as I do it. Anyways, enough of my story here. We're well on our way here, trucking along, literally. Guess I should get my lights on soon. There we go. My wheel setup, as you can probably tell by the steering wheel kind of being a little funky on its movements, isn't the most amazing wheel. It's a Thrustmaster Ferrari cheap edition thing. I'll put it on screen now what the actual name of it is. It's a pretty budget one. It's like low-end Spectrum thing, but it works for me. It's what I could afford at the time. It's still really all I can afford when it comes to putting money into that, and it works well for me what I have. Now, the reason why you haven't heard me shifting and it's in automatic is I have it in the real automatic setting, so you'll still hear, you may have heard me, maybe not, put it into automatic from like neutral and in reverse and stuff like that. You'll hear me just because I have paddle shifters, and as we have to pull in for a vehicle inspection. Here, let's put the window down a little bit and let's get some of this engine brake in here. We'll make sure I fit in here. Lesson for you all kids: don't try and record while 108,000 pounds. Wow. Don't try and record anything while driving. Bad idea. It doesn't normally work out, as you just saw. I near crashed into the way station. But nevertheless, this F-mod integration is just amazing. If you would have seen one of my other videos, which you can check the little card up in the top right. I'm gonna get out here. I'm gonna bully the AI here a little bit. I did my review on the integration I had and I featured the little teaser video that SES came out with, and my word, it is pretty cool. Just the whole new level of audio this brings to the game is just amazing, and it is a game changer. So check that out if you want. I'm gonna turn back off my main headlights. I think it's not. What does this even have a clock on it? Yes, it does. It says like 7 something. I'm presuming that is AM. Now saying this could be PM, and I am just... It's looking like PM actually. So maybe I will keep them on. It's starting to... I don't know. Whatever, it's kind of dim anyway, so I'll keep the lights on. Yeah, it's certainly getting darker out. Anyways, we should be coming up soon on our destination. Not too far. It wasn't a long thing. Oh, what's happening over here? Little detour, little random construction thing. Pretty cool if you say so myself. The cinematic camera, a YouTuber's best friend in any game. The only way to get nice shots. I use a cinematic camera all the time in my City Skylines videos, and now I have to do some editing tricks with it, which is kind of known, but this multiplier of frames to try and make it smooth, because like I said, computer can't really handle a whole lot, but nevertheless it works. And so I'm very accustomed to cinematic cameras, but I like that they have one built into this game. Now, talk about game. The visuals are stunning. Now look at that sunset. I mean, just amazing as we go into a tunnel. But like, my word, that Let's get some cinematic shots of this. The very definition of driving off into a sunset. Well, we should be getting close here. Let's see how this automatic transmission handles... Transmission? Man, talking. What a struggle these days. Let's see how it handles up this little hill. Doesn't seem like it's a huge grade. Now, saying that, we have a massive cable reel on. And so that is, and there's a lot of drag here, so it actually handled that really well. We got down to 50 miles an hour, but I mean, that's not awful. Oh, hit the rumble strip. Big shock there. That's not too bad when you put it into perspective there. Now, we have yet to have a really stupid AI moment. I'm sure that will happen sooner than later. I mean, anyone who plays American Truck Simulator will have some form of rage experience with the AI, because AI stands for absolute idiot, as everyone knows. I'm surprised, other than the one guy early on where he kind of blocked us from getting in and had to kind of jam on the brakes. Overall, it hasn't been too bad, as I'm going to go over to this lane here. So crushing it. Oops. Lane. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going back. I'm just going to stay in this lane here until it tells me to go over. I see the signs on the road. Not going to bother going back and forth. Man, what I love is just that sunset over the mountain range. That is just amazing to look at. Just amazing to look at. Coast down the hill. We're hitting like 80 miles an hour. Hit the rumble strip. Because now, the other thing, like I said, about my wheel not being the craziest high budget wheel ever, it's pretty low and bad. Ugh, another inspection? You serious? Are we gonna hit every one on the way there? Normally I only do one, but my word. Okay. Yeah, stop at the scale ahead. Yada. My rage meter is going up. Enter. Was it me or did our weight, like, actually increase? I don't know. I'll have to check that back on tape. I don't think it did. For some reason it just looks like it would have increased by, like, a bit. I'm not sure. Whatever, I'm going for it. I don't care at this point. I'm just going, bullying the AI around. You know what I mean? They're AI. Who cares? Now, I am not trying to promote... Oh, we're almost at Elko. Half mile. Perfect. Wait, so they actually made us slow down right before... Oh, that's annoying. What I was going to say is I do not promote rough and reckless driving. When I say I don't... When I pulled out there, I probably... I mean, I had time technically. If you're in a regular car, I probably... thinking about it, I should have waited technically for my truck to be more open, but I have momentum and I was going, and so I just went. Be mindful, people on the roads, people. You do not want to be that person on the road that causes havoc with everyone. That is not the nice way to do it, so harden the brakes. Oh, actually, stop's not too bad for... Yes. Okay. Let's put the window down a little bit. Just a crack. And we'll do, because now we're in town, we'll do the rest of the journey with it open a little bit. So if you're wearing headphones, I'm sorry, your left ear may get a... Oh, huge screen freeze.
One eternity later.
So, prime example of a beta test. That was a massive glitch that actually kind of froze or crashed American truck. What are these doofs doing? We have the green. Anyways, that is an AI moment. Um, Nevertheless, it's a perfect moment of um, a beta test because things happen and it's not perfect. So it just crashes on you, and so I just had to get it back. So that's why the time is a little bit different than what it was before, just because when it crashed and in the time it took me to get back to where we were, because I had to. It put me back real far, but kept the time the same, and it was kind of a little funky. So yeah, that happens, but it's okay. We are back and doing okay, and we are basically here at the destination after for our first run, and it's gone actually pretty well. Now, if anyone saw my first episode of 911 where I got fired, I was so hyped about completing that without having too many major issues, and yet I got completely blindsided. Oops. Ouch. That hurts. Please don't say that. Gives me damage reps on the truck. Is there any damage on the trailer? No, okay. That should be good. Distracted driving. Where was I? There. We are good. So we're gonna do this. Turn off that. Turn off the truck, and there we go. Excellent. Okay, it was good. Anyways, I was so hyped about actually completing it, and then I got fired. But didn't this time. So got 6 grand from this run here. That's good. And we are level 2 newbie. That is good, because I had already gotten 1 point by just testing audio levels and stuff like that. And so I think I'll do a high level cargo this time. So thank you for watching the first episode. Be sure to check back for the next episode, and we will see you in the next one.